Number 20 asks us to select all the equivalent expressions. So here we have to just figure out which of these are alike. So just start with this guy. That's how he is. And then is there anyone who looks just like this one? So if you actually look over here, you should know that a minus b squared is the same thing as saying a minus b times a minus b. So these guys are actually the same as each other. So now we know what we're looking for, so we want everything to look like these two. Okay, moving over here, is a minus b squared the same thing as saying a squared plus b squared? Well, no. If I distribute this out, I'm going to get a squared minus ab plus b squared, and that's going to be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, which is not the same thing as that. So that is not equivalent. Okay, working down here, well, we literally just did this. So this a squared minus 2ab plus b squared is the exact same thing we just figured out was this thing distributed out. So this guy is equivalent. This one, what happened here, there's no parentheses, which means that if it is the same, it's going to be this distributed 2 times all of these things. We can see that this is the same thing. So this distributed becomes this. So those guys are equivalent. Last one, is this guy the same? Well, we just distributed this right here and got this. So if this were to clean up a little bit, we might be able to get this, but this guy is already reduced as low as he can go, which is not this. So this is not equivalent. Question 21 asks you to find the volume of a rectangular prism, given this information here. Well, we know that volume is length times width times height, which means that if I factor this, I should get 3 things multiplied. So looking at it initially, thanks baby girl, looking at it initially, I can see I can factor out an x, so that's going to be 28x squared plus 5x minus 12. Then I'm going to have to factor this guy right here, so I would probably just guess and check. There are several more options for guessing and checking, but it's probably not going to be that difficult. So 28 is 1 and 28, 2 and 14, or 4 and 7. Most likely it's going to be the closer together ones, because I'm trying to get a 5 in the middle. So usually it's the closer. So I'm going to go ahead and say 4x and 7x. Just going to try. 12 is either 1 and 12, 2 and 6, or 3 and 4. Probably going to be 2 and 6 or 3 and 4, so let's try 3 and 4 starting out. Inner product 21, outer product 16. Oh, well there we go. First try. How do I make 21 and 16 be a 5? Well, it's 21 minus 16. Add that on there. So outer product negative, inner product positive. And there it is. We're actually done. So call one of these guys length, one of these guys width, and one of these guys height. So I'm just going to go ahead and say length equals x, width equals 4x plus 3, and height equals 7x minus 4. All right. What are the apparent factors of the polynomial graph? Well, to do this, you have to look at firstly and see what x actually equals. So you get x equals negative 2, you get x equals 1, and x equals 1, 2, 3. The factors we've just factored, we know that this graph moved left 2 units. So if we were writing that down, moved left, we'd actually say plus 2. The factors are always the opposite, because remember we set them equal to 0, and now we get x equals negative 2. So just do the opposite. So if it's negative 2, it becomes x plus 2. If it's x equals 1, it's x minus 1. If it's x equals 3, it's x minus 3. So those are the apparent factors. And when I ask for the zeros, it's even easier. Literally just say x equals negative 2, 0, 1, and 3. So finding the zeros is where it crosses that x-axis, and you just tell me what the x values are.